This video will show you how to change the stacking order of objects and how to just show the outlines of your objects inside of your illustration. Let's start by creating a new document. I'm going to press Ctrl N on the keyboard, and I'm going to call this Your Name, Order, and Outlines. I'm going to make sure that the units are set to inches and that it's in portrait mode. Go ahead and set this up. Once you have finished, click OK. Now what I want to do is create 3 2-inch circles. I'm going to click on the ellipse tool. I'm going to change the color. I want to create a red circle that is 2 inches by 2 inches. So I'm just going to click and type in 2 inches for the width and 2 inches for the height. I click OK. Now I want to create another circle. This time I'm going to create a green circle. So I'm going to change my selection tool, click off the circle, choose the green color. Now I'm going to click on the ellipse tool again, and I'm going to create another 2-inch by 2-inch circle. Click on my selection tool and move this over the first circle. Notice how this overlaps the first circle. It's in front of the circle, so it covers it up and we can't see the red circle entirely. Whatever the green circle moves in front of, it covers. It's not deleting the circle. The circle's still there. We just can't see it because it's behind it. I'm going to create one more circle by pressing Alt on the keyboard and dragging this green circle. And I'm going to turn this color circle to blue. So I now have these 3 circles, red, green, blue. And I want to talk about something important inside of Illustrator, and that's called the stacking order. Stacking order is the order the objects are inside of Illustrator. Right now, the red is the furthest behind, the green is sandwiched between the blue and the red, and the blue is in front. If I want to move the blue back, I click on it with the left mouse, then I right-click on it, and I go to Arrange, and I can send this to the back. If I click Send to Back, notice how it put it behind the green circle. But if I move this over behind the red, it's behind the red circle as well. I want it sandwiched in between these 2 objects. So I'm going to go ahead and go Edit, Undo Move, Edit, Undo, Send to Back. You can also press Ctrl Z to undo something or Shift Ctrl Z to redo something. So I'm going to go ahead and undo this again. This time I am going to right click, Arrange. Instead of Send to Back, I'm going to send this backward. So if I send this backward, I can then drag it and notice now how it's sandwiched in between the red, blue, and the green. Practice for a few minutes rearranging these 3 circles. See how you can send the green back, right click, Arrange, Send to Back or Send Backward, and see what it does. So experiment with these 3 circles, changing their stacking order. In fact, I'm going to send this one back to the front again. Arrange, bring to front. Now, something that happens oftentimes in Illustrator, you may have an illustration behind another illustration, or you may have an object behind another object. For example, let me create one more circle. This time I'm going to create a smaller circle right here. Now this smaller circle is, let me click off, you can see it is in front of the green circle. I'm going to change this color to purple so that we can see it. This is great. I can see I have all my circles. But let's say I move this purple circle to the back. I'm going to right click, Arrange, Send to Back. It looks like the circle is gone. This can become confusing if you have objects in front of other objects. You may lose an object. In Illustrator, you can turn on an outline mode so that you can just see just the outlines and get rid of all the color. Let's go ahead and turn on outline mode by pressing Ctrl Y on the keyboard. Notice how it's taken out all of the color, but it shows me my lines and I can actually select. And I can see that circle that had disappeared. If I click on that circle, I can bring it to the front by right-clicking, Arrange, Bring to Front. Now if I want to get out of the outline mode, which you can tell you're in the outline mode by looking up at the top, it tells you right here that you're in outline. I want to switch back to preview mode, so I'm going to press Ctrl and Y again. and notice how it brings me back to the preview mode. So I wanted to point this out because in other programs you may press Control Z to undo and Control Y to redo. But inside of Adobe Illustrator, Control Z, yes, it will undo something. So if I move this over here, Control Z will undo that. But if I want to redo that, Control Y makes everything disappear. Let me press Control Y again. If I wanted to redo that, you simply press Shift Control Z or go up to Edit, Redo, Move. So if I wanted to redo my last mistake, Shift Control Z and it goes back to where it was. Go ahead and save this document inside of your Q1 Illustrator folder and turn it in how your teacher instructs.